Why is it gotta rain so much the moment I gotta walk outside? Man!
Cold rain seeps to my soul. Old wounds I can't forget. Night steals away my sight. Screams I can't shut them out. What if I had reached out to you? I wouldn't have walked alone. Fighting the darkness, holding me, dragging me to the ground, facing the pain that's controlling me. I won't let it keep me down. I'll make it through to the other side. Scarred hands, tired and worn, warmth of a new dawn on my face. I'll never let it go again.
Cold rain seeps to my soul. Old wounds I can't forget. Night steals away my sight. Screams I can't shut them out. What if I had reached out to you? I wouldn't have walked alone. Fighting the darkness, holding me, dragging me to the ground, facing the pain that's controlling me. I won't let it keep me down. I'll make it through to the other side. Scarred and tired and worn, warmth of a new dawn on my face. I'll never let it go again.
Well, it's actually been, it's been 30 minutes since I left the gym. I still haven't finished my entire protein beverage because I ate quite the hefty dumpling meal today at Dumpling World in Everett. And it was actually quite delicious. I will say it was quite delicious, actually. I am fueled up by the power of dumplings and trauma dumping to a friend about my ex. And it actually went pretty darn well, actually. It went pretty darn well. I got to trauma them. I got to hear what they're going through. Well, actually, they're doing pretty well, so I'm glad to hear that. But today, I made the wacky executive decision to still work out my legs while my legs are still sore. Specifically, I have noticed that whenever I work out my hamstrings a little bit too much, if I add in like an extra set versus not adding in an extra set. What the fuck? Okay. So it's been a little bit odd where I was always in the boat of if you are sore, do not work out. But honestly, I worked out while still sore today, and it actually went quite well. I didn't try to push myself too much to the limit today, like trying to PR and everything by increasing the weight and stuff like that. So actually, for some of the exercise, I actually had to lower the weight. So I guess that did increase the amount of reps I did, but I still think I got a really good workout in. I remember yesterday's workout, I was kind of in the mindset of, oh, maybe when I do the push-pull legs portion of my like a split of the week versus my upper-lower, where I was thinking maybe upper-lower, I do quote-unquote higher weight, lower reps. And then on my push-pull days, I do a little bit higher reps. And by higher, I don't even mean anything above like 13, right? Or anything above 12. If anything, if I go above 12 at that point, maybe I just should have upped the weight at that point. But I have noticed my perfect little rep range that I really do prefer is I really like hitting the number 8. For some reason, when you hit the 8th rep, it feels very satisfying. Uh-oh, I got to compete with the school buses on the way back right now. Oh, this is going to increase my commute even further. Hooray! Oh, please don't block me. Please don't block me. Please don't block me. Ah, yes, we're so back. What was I on again? Oh yeah, but my hamstrings were still extremely sore today, so I thought maybe I shouldn't work out my hamstrings. I lied. I still worked out my hamstrings. I did lying leg curls. And here's the thing. I was thinking about should I do lying leg curls or seated leg curl, but today I just really wanted to do lying leg curl because it just sounded more pleasant. So what did I do? I did 2 sets of lying leg curls, and I definitely got stronger since the last time I did lying leg curls, because on my little note sheet, it said the last time I did lying leg curls, I did it at 66 pounds at 1 set of 7 reps. Today I did 2 sets of 12 reps. Actually, I think it was 12 and 13 on the second rep, actually. So I actually got another rep in on the second one. So I think it's safe to say on the next time, I am going to up the weight and try to go from anywhere that's above 5 reps. Actually, honestly, at this point, if I get anything that's above 4 reps, I'm pretty happy with it. Because again, is that probably going to be the most muscular stimulating set if I just do 4 reps? Probably not. But is it fun? Is it also a sign that I got stronger? Yes. And I feel like as long as my workouts are fun and beneficial to me, what's the worst that can happen if I just do 4 reps or even 3 at a time? And I think too, even if I do get a set that's only 3 to 4 reps, I'll just lower the weight and just do another set later on once I rested of just like normal rep range, if that makes sense. Sometimes you gotta eagle lift to have a little bit of fun though, which I think that's something I definitely missed out on. I would never eagle lift because I'm like, oh, what if I get hurt? Oh, my form isn't perfect. The form police is gonna beat me. And then I realized there is no form police. The only form police is going to be myself. So today, I will say, today's forms on everything did look quite proper indeed. Like my lying leg curls look quite textbook. My leg press looked textbook as well. Maybe somebody would argue saying like, oh, I saw your heels lift, but I don't feel any pain. I don't feel extra strain on my calves or my tibialis or on my ankle when I lift my heel. It just seems that maybe I'm just genetically shaped that way that I have to lift my heel a little bit. And I do also try to tend to get a little bit low on the pad on the leg press, just because the higher up it is, the more hamstring I feel, and the lower I go on the thing, the more quads I feel. And I want it to be a very quad dominant leg press, not a full leg press. Mainly since I feel like I hit the other parts pretty darn well, because today we had hamstrings, leg press, adductors, leg extensions, hip thrusts, and abs. So we kind of hit everything. I guess you could say, oh, I didn't do my calves, but I'm going to test out something which is going to be kind of based on being a little bit lazy. I'm not explicitly going to do any sets on calves and just do incline walking or cardio to be my calves, if that makes sense. Because I've noticed whenever I do cardio, specifically incline walking, a little bit of running as well, especially with the different form I've been enacting, I've been feeling quite a bit of calves on those activities. And I like to think they should be sufficiently hit enough, because like when you're walking, when you're moving, you are constantly using your calves. So theoretically, they should be getting hit, right? Obviously, I do know they're not really getting hit with progressive overload, with some, you know, the stimulus that you get from lifting weights, but I think my calves are not a weak point in my physique at the moment. If anything, I feel like for some reason my calves are way bigger than all my other body parts, so maybe that's also the body dysmorphia, but in the opposite, where I think my calves are way bigger than they actually are. But I've had one person compliment me on my calves, and I'm going to take that to the grave, where I just say my calves are sensational. My calves are unstoppable. Actually, I don't know if this is necessarily a compliment. Somebody said I had a calf vein, which I thought was kind of silly. I don't have a visible vein on anywhere else in my body other than my calf vein. I have started noticing, actually, my forearm vein is getting a little bit more visible. So that is progress in the way of I have never ever seen a visible vein on my body to now forearm vein is a little bit visible now, which I think is pretty darn cool. I am still full from my dumpling meal that I had at 11, and it's now 3:36 right now, which is kind of insane that it's been that long and I'm still full right now. But without further ado, I had quite the pleasant workout today. I hit all the body groups I wanted to do. My legs were still sore, but specifically only my hamstring, so I decided to still work out and did a hamstring workout. And who would have thought? I didn't explode. I didn't die. I didn't immediately combust because I decided to work out while still sore. So as long as I think I'm not, like, you know, physically crippled from how sore I am, I'm going to just go work out at this point. I have heard some things of saying like, oh, you shouldn't overwork yourself, you'll get rhabdo, I think that's what it's called, or the idea that if you work out too much and you don't have enough, if you don't give your body enough time to recover, then it's also, you're not really going to get any stronger, you're just going to increase your fatigue. So if anything, maybe I'll do 5 days of lifting in the week, and on the 2 rest days, I really focus on cardio on those days if I can. But if anything, I'll just be happy if I hit 4 to 5 days of gym in a week. I should be pretty satisfied with that. But without further ado, I am now home, so I'll see you guys for the next workout. Bye-bye.